अस्त्युत्तरस्यां दिशि देवतात्मा हिमालयो नाम नगाधिराजः पूर्वापरौ तोयनिधिवगाह्य स्थितः पृथिव्या इव मानदण्डः उपमानम् अभूत् विलासिनां करणं यत्तव कान्तिमत्तया तदिदं गतमीदृशीं दशां न च दीर्ये कठिनाः खलु स्त्रियः. Upamanam abhut. So Rati Vilapaha is going on. So Rati looks at the bhasma, which is in the form of Manmatha, Swapati Akarena Vartate. So it is only bhasma, but it is sometimes when you burn something, it leaves that same impression, right? So she looks at it and then she starts talking about mainly lamenting. It's one of the very beautiful laments. You know, if you take Sanskrit literature, even starting from Vedas, you will find this. Even in Vedas, you have how Pururavas is separated from Urvashi. There also he has one lament going on. Vilapa is there. It's a very touching piece in that way. You know, my grandfather would say, nothing touches one more than sorrow. None of the other rasas will be as close. Actually, Bhavabhuti also says that eko rasa karuna eva nimitta bhedat. It's karuna which is the only thing that will really hit hard in many ways. So upamanam abhut vilasinam karanam yat tava kantimattaya. Tava karanam, tava shariram yat kantimattaya. Because it has so much of luster, it became an upamanam for anybody who wanted to be the best among men, who wanted to attract women, or even if women looked at men, they would always compare and say, Saha kama iva asti iti. It's a very common standard of comparison, and that shariram, aduna idrishim dasham gata. It has gone to a bhasma dasha, and nacha dirye. My heart does not break at all upon seeing this. It is true that, you know, people say kathinaha striyaha. Women folk are generally very hard-hearted. They can get through a lot of things very easily. So I think that's why my heart is also not broken. Ratihi vadati atra. We'll move on. Kvanu maam tvad-adhina jivitam vinikirya kshana bhanna sauhridaha nalinim kshata setu bandhanaha Jalasanghata iva asi vidrutaha. Kvanu mam tvad-adhina jivitam mam vinikirya. Vinikirya, usually kirya, nikirya means scratching or something, but here he uses it in the sense of apasya. Letting me be here, you know, tyaktva ityarthe, atava nishkasya, you just brushed me aside and you ran off. That's more like it. I think vinikirya is like brushing someone aside. Then that kir dhatu can fit here very well. So mam vinikirya, after just pushing me aside, tvad-adhina jivitam, kidrishi ratihi atra, tvad-adhina jivita. My jivitam is dependent on you. My life is completely dependent on you, and you have completely ignored me or pushed me aside. Apasya or apavahya, you can say. After pushing me aside, you, which is Manmatha here, kshana bhinna sauhridaha. You broke that friendship or you broke that relationship with just a moment. Breaking a relationship is not like, you know, okay, bye, you go further and then you talk and then you go further. You know, it was always, this is like we saying bye never stops with the dining room or the gate. It will always extend sometimes up to the car, up to the road end and all, you know. So the breaking of a relationship, even if it is a small communication or a talk, takes a long time. But here, one moment he was beside him and talking to Rati, the next second he was not there. So that sauhridam, that communication that they had was immediately bhinna, broken within a second. It was not some long farewell that they had. Kshanabhinna sauhridaha mam twadadhina jivitam vinikirya, pushing me aside. You just broke that relationship within a moment, and vidrutaha, you ran away. Vidrutaha. So you just completely ran away somewhere here. You just totally ignored me, pushed me aside, and you ran away. Now, Kālidāsa gives an upama here. He says, Kshata setu bandhanaha jalasanghatah nalinim iva. Nalinim vinikirya. When there is a pond here or a lake where it is just generally a still water is there, and there is a lotus there, nalini, or a lotus plant. The waters that come to the lake have been obstructed by a setu, by a dam. That setu bandhana, that obstruction in the form of a dam or a bridge, has suddenly broken out. Kshata, it has been destroyed. When that gets destroyed, a flow of water just gushes in. Jalasanghatah. Now, what does this flow of water do? It will just push aside that nalini, or it will just go this way and that way, in some way or the other, and it will just run off away from that nalini. It never stays and gives any support towards that lotus plant. So he compares and says that Manmatha is like that momentary gush of water which comes and then pushes the nalini outside, and then vidrutaha, he has run away. Just like how water also flows away and goes. This kshana setu bandhanaha is this kshana bhinna, kshata setu bandhanaha is kshana bhinna sauhridaha. The comparison there is that way. Setu bandhanaha yatha, just as how the bridge or the dam keeps the water flow in check. There is a steady water flow. In the same way, because he has that relationship, there is a continuation in it, there is a communication in it, and he is constantly besides Rati, then there will be that sauhridam, that friendship or relationship between the two of them, and that will be constant. But in that moment, when that breaks, when that setu bandhanam breaks and water rushes, the same way here also, when the Kopagni came and hit Manmatha, at that moment it just split. That is, the breakup happened by vidhi completely and within a moment here. Kvanu mam, we'll go with the Vyakhyanam, maybe easier, but Pranayinim mam parityajya kvanu kalugataha asi. It is a very standard way of talking. Even a person who does not know poetry can very beautifully associate with this. Where did you go, leaving me alone here in this world? Now, sometimes when we talk about how, poor fellow, he left and went and all that. No, it's actually the people who are left behind are the ones who suffer more than the ones who have gone. Yeah, so and it's very natural for a person who is very attached to say, where did you go, leaving me here alone? It's a enna solradhu, swabhaviki varta. It's not something that is new that Kālidāsa is bringing in here. It is a swabhava varta, that a vakyam that anybody says, which he has just combined it very beautifully with an upama here. Pranayinim mam parityajya, I'm so much in love with you, mam parityajya, kvanu kalu gataha, where have you gone? Asi, gataha asi, iti, anugamana akankshaya sa unmadam aha. Anugamana akanksha. Where have you gone? You have run off somewhere, so I also want to follow you. You usually want to do that, right? Take me along with you, iti. Sa unmadam. She is almost in a state of being crazy here. Tvad adhina jivitam mam vinikirya kvanu vidrutaha asi. The drutaha asi is more like running away. Tvad adhina jivitam tavaiva adhinam jivitam jivanam yasyaha tam. So I'm a person whose jivitam, life, is completely dependent on you. Tvad adhina jivitam. Mat prananathatvam tavayeva. Tava prananathatvam tavayeva. The idea of being a husband belongs only to you. Vinikirya kri vikshepe. Vikshepa not only means vilikhanam, but it also means like throwing away. Apasya. Kvanu vidrutaha asi. Kasmin pradeshe vidrutavan asi. Where have you run off to? Atra anurupam upamam darshayati jalasanghatah nalinim iva. Jalasya sanghatah samuha nalinim padminim iva vinikirya atrapi yojyam. You'll have to take in that in the upamana sthalam also. Yatha jalasangataha nalinim itastataha vikshipya tvaritam gacchati. More than itastataha vikshipya, it just pushes it aside from its flow and it just runs off down. Right? So tvaritam gacchati tadvat. Priyatamasya sattwaragamane hetum ashankate. Why does he leave so quickly? Kshanabhinna sauhridaha. Kshanena bhinnam nashtam bandhutvam. That relationship has been broken in a moment. Sneha bhanga abhavehi. When there is sneham, she actually doubts that Manmatha has stopped loving her. That is why he could run off quickly, immediately. If he still had some sneham, he would have waited, said bye-bye, farewell and all, and then he would have gone. He would have taken his own time. Sneha bhanga abhavehi. When there is no sneha bhanga, when the friendship is not broken, if he still loves me, then he would have waited for me. That's the idea here. So jigamishayam satyam, when there is an ichha to go, punah punaha aprichya, again and again they will come and say, Pet Vartama, you keep saying that. Vartama and all. Kalambare, let me go. So you always keep on saying, okay, it's time for me to go. Aprichya. You're asking permission. And mandameva gacchati. They usually go out very slowly. They don't just shut the door and go out. Jalasanghatasya gamane hetumaha. Kshanasetu bandhanam iti. Kshana setu bandhanaha alla? Okay. Kshana setu bandhanam. 1 minute. What does Mallinatha take this as? Kshana setu bandhana. Then it would be an adjective to Nalini. Vidrutaha Kshanasetu bandhanaha jalasanghatah iti. Atra kimartham he takes it as an adjective to Nalini here. Kshanam bhagnam setoho bandhanam. Now, the shloka has it correctly as Kshanasetu bandhanaha, which we will take it as that. So, jalasanghatasya gamane hetuhu tu tasya visheshanattvena vartate kshanasetu bandhanaha iti. So, kshanam bhagnam setoho bandhanam yasya saha. Is that clear? Atra sauhrida setvoho paraspara samyam pratiyate. Sauhridam is that love or that friendship. And setu is the bridge which connects two things. So, nalinyaha jivitam api jalasanghata adhinam. He clearly takes it as no, I don't like that.
He must have a Patabheda, right?
Patabhedam eduthundomna rendume fit agumo anamo. But kshata setu bandhanam. Appa ingiyum sauhridamana varnam.
Kshata Nalinim setu bandhanam.
That's okay. Nalinim kshata setu bandhanam. Jalasanghata ivasi vidrutaha. Then kshana bhinna sauhridamana arkanam. If you are doing the samyam there.
Why should you Kshanabhinna sauhradaha jalasanghatah?
Appo iduve illa. Vinikiryankara idukku vandu gataha vidrutaha ku iduve illa. Kartrapadame illa.
Tatra sauhradaha ityeva svikrotu.
Yes, adu irukkatum. If I say that these two are samyam, then there is no linga samyam here, and you are actually talking this as an adjective to Manmatha, whereas this is not an adjective to Jalasanghata. Then it won't be a samyam there. Puriyarda?
Hmm.
I would prefer to have it as bandhanaha.
Okay.
Ama.
But what does it mean by saying anurupam upamam?
Anurupa is appropriate upama.
Upama is always appropriate, illaya?
He just tries to.
I thought maybe bring some kind of Veda Upamayam, maybe some kind of Veda Prabheda. No.
Tatha nasti. He just says, he also gives in a very anurupa upama. That's all. It's not anything technical.
So basically, then here the way he's taken it, if he takes it like that, then you're saying that the Linga Samyam won't be there. Jalasangata dhinam nalinim Kshetu bandhanam nalinim iti. If you take those three together, it won't really fit into the upama correctly.
ஒன்னும் பண்ணலாம் அப்படி வேணா எடுத்துக்கலாம். So you can take it as, let's see here, tvad adhina jeevitam, which is it can be an adjective to the nalini also, which is jala adhina jeevitam. That is fine. I have no issues about that. But this kshata setu bandhanaha, that which has come away from the setu bandhanam, the water which has been hitherto, obstructed by the bridge, suddenly the bridge is broken and the water comes out.
Yes.
Now, how can it be for the nalini is what I'm trying to understand.
Jalasanghata and Kshatashetu bandhana.
Those two go together. That's what. But here he takes it as bandhanam, as strilinga padam. No need. We take it as Kshatashetu bandhanaha as an adjective to Jalasanghata. Okay.
The other Vyakyanakara, what did he take?
He also does this same thing. Mallinatha also has the same thing. He has bandhanaha eva tatra.
No, before this we have one more Vyakya, right?
He doesn't write anything. There is just upamanena gatvaratvam dyotyate. Very Spashtam iti. That's all. Ekatra sanchitaha jalasanghatah api setubhanga anantaram satvaram gacchati. So again, he is only talking about that setubhangaha as a adjective for jalasanghata. Gamananantaram cha kutra gataha iti najñāyate. Once that bridge or the dam breaks and the water comes, we don't know where it goes. So this, take it as an adjective to the Jalasanghata. Konumam tvad adhina jeevitam vinikirya kshanabhinna sauhrudaha nalinim kshata setu bandhanaha Jalasanghata ivasi vidrutaha. There is no pathabheda also given. Mallinatha goes into a discussion about the padam sauhrudam. Adi vritti, madhya vritti, whatever. He goes into all that. Anna, yat, and all that. He is more concerned with grammar there in the sutras. Yeah.
But also one thing.
We will move away from there. Basic Vyakaranam we want. That's all.
Like
there is something called Jigimishanam.
Jigamisha. Gantum icha Jigamisha.
So, as per my knowledge, I did not see Sananta Prakarana, but it should be Jigamishuhu, so Jigamishahu, something like that.
No, this is Jigamishayam Satyam. Jigamisha is Gantum icha.
Not Jigamishu.
No, Jigamishu is Gantum icha yasya saha would be Jigamishuhu. Tatha nasti atra.
Oh. The Pratipadikam is Jigamisha only, not Jigamishu.
Yeah. No, icha.
Because the meaning is different, right? This is the desire to go as opposed to the person who desires to go.
Yeah.
Like Mukshuhu is the person who desires for moksha. But that doesn't mean moksha, right? It would be the desire for moksha. So two different things.
So when there is an interest to go, and the sneha bhanga has not happened. So interest, that's all. It is just the desire. It is not with respect to the person who has the desire. Is that clear? Kritavan asi vipriyam name pratikulam nachate maya kritam kim akaranameva darshanam vilapantyai rataye nadiyate. A simple one. What did I do or what did you do to me? Why have you suddenly you're not giving me darshanam? Very simple. எனக்கு இதெல்லாம் வந்து தமிழ்ல வரைச்சு it's so much easier. நான் ஏதாவது தப்பு பண்ணிட்டேனா, நீ ஏதாவது தப்பு பண்ணிட்டியா? It's a very natural thing that we ask, did I make any mistake for you to leave me and go? Or did you do anything wrong to me that you have to hide your face from me? And she also comes with other Ratikeli in the next shloka. So did you do something wrong to me that you are not showing your face? Akaranameva kimartham darshanam nadiyate. So vipriyam me na kritavanasi. You have not done any vipriyam, any dosham towards me, any aparadham towards me. Nacha te maya pratikulam kritam. Nor have I done something which is pratikula, which is not desired by you, which is something contradictory or contrary to your wishes. Kim akaranameva, kimartham. Why, without any reason, vilapantyai rataye darshanam nadiyate. Why are you not showing your face, or why are you not, your darshanam is not being given? It's in this karmani prayoga, right? So, darshanam nadiyate. Kimartham, why are you not showing your face to Rati, who am in this state? Vilapantya. Normally, if someone is fine, they usually don't come near. The moment the woman is, angry or crying, the husband has to do firefighting there. He has to go and ensure that she is calm so that the house will start running properly, right? And she feels she is now crying so much, and even at this state, he is not showing his face and trying to pacify her. So what is the matter here? Why are you not showing yourself? A simple, straightforward shloka here. Athava pranayinim mam parityajya gato asi iti yat maya kathitam tad ayuktameva. Yuktameva, instead of that, he is taking it as tad ayuktameva. It probably is not correct because there is no karanam here. It's not that sneha bandham kshana bhinnam vartate or sneha bhangaha jataha iti tatha kimapi nasti. Yeah, it doesn't talk about Indra at all here, right? So athava pranayinim mam parityajya, you left me suddenly and you have gone. Iti yat maya kathitam, that which I said is probably not correct. Or it could be correct. Yuktameva. You can take it as yuktameva also, because you are not showing your face. Akaranameva. I'm crying, yet you are not showing your face. But tad ayuktameva ityeva sangachate atra. So vislesha matre api hetu abhavat. By just separating yourself from me, there is no karanam here for you to do such a thing. So why are you doing it? Tvam me vipriyam na kritavanasi. Vipriyam apriyam karma. You have not done anything wrong towards me, or something that I don't like, which would displease me. I keep looking at the translation for Kale. Sometimes Kale is like, he uses words like thou and hast and all that, which just is too much. But yeah, displease is a nice word. Vipriyam. You have not done anything to that would displease me. Tvaya mama anishtam karma swapne epi na acharitam. Tvaya, this is his own interpretation. He says, even in your dreams, you have not thought about doing something anishtam for me. Napi maya tava anishtam karma kritam. Neither have I done anything to you. Maya te pratikulam cha na kritam iti. Pratikulam anishtam. Contrary to your wishes. Ubhayameva hi dvandvanam paraspara vishlesha karanam. This is the reason why two people will separate. That to two people like Manmatha and Rati, who are epitome of love, and if they are separated, there should be some reason there. And normally for two people to be separated, these are the two reasons that can happen. It's still her way of processing that grief, that separation. She is trying to make sense of the separation here. You can't suddenly say, okay, let's call the, Shastrigal and start the funeral rites. That's not how it goes here. She's processing her grief by talking about it here. Tasmat tayoho api ekasya abhave. When these two reasons are not there, tvaritameva darshanam datavyam. So you have to show your face to me. Now why? Kim akaranameva rataye darshanam nadiyate. Kim kasmadhetoho. There's some kasmadhetoho. It's a spelling mistake here. Printing mistake. Akaranam purvoktena karanadvayena vinaiva. Without any reason. There can be only two reasons, and these are the two reasons. So you can't come up with the question that he knows, Rati knows that he is dead. Then why is she saying only these two reasons can be the reason for separation? That's why I said she's still processing that death. She's still not able to bring herself to accept it. So she says there is no reason. Rataye iti namagrahanena atmanaha prachinam prema vishayatvam anusmarayati iti arthantara sankramita vachyadhvani. Saying rati, that word rati, vilapantyai rataye darshanam nadiyate. Rati does not just mean herself. You are not giving darshanam to me. Iti nasti tatra. Ya rati rupena asit. So one who was rati for you. Rati is also synonymous to asha or bandha, love, right? Prema. So she is like a prema patri bhutasa. It brings to the mind all of what she stood for Manmatha. So Manmatha, the moment he knows that she is suffering, he should appear in front of her, right? And so that intensifies. It's like that Ramosmi Sarvam Sahe. I am Rama. I can take care of everything. What will Sita do? There is one shloka in Kavya Prakasha.
Katora Hridaya Ramaha iti va.
Rama, because I have handled all Rakshasas and I can, handle this separation. Nothing will happen for me, right?
Nama tadvishaha aham sarvam sahe. And how's that?
So Rati, she is one who was so close to Manmatha. So he must appear, right? So prema prachinam prema vishayatvam anusmarayati. It brings that prema vishaya, which has been there with the Manmatha and Rati for so long. And Gadham, right? As you're already in love, then so many kalpa has gone by, then, or so many yugas, so many time frame has gone by, and that would intensify the prematvam between them, right?
So you're saying that the Sartaka Nama of Rati plays a role in the Artha here.
Yes.
That's why the Dwani is coming in.
Yes. Arthantara Sankramita is usually, it goes into the meaning behind the word. Or something.
So there are two kinds of Dwani, right? One is so this is
Atyanta Tiraskritam, the other is Arthantara Sankramitam.
Okay, one is based upon Lakshana, right?
Yes.
Lakshana. Whereas this one is based upon the it's not Lakshana based. It is
no, it's the word. Rati fits here. It is perfect here. But then the meaning goes to it has so much of weightage there. It's a heavy padam more than a literal meaning.
Arthantaram sankramati. It goes in, okay. Tatra tu artasya tiraskarah. So
yeah, adla tiraskrita. Yes, atyanta tiraskrita. Darshanam nadiyate drishtigocharaha na bhavasi ityarthaha nanu parihasarthameva astu ityatra aha vilapantyai. No, it could be because he is trying to joke with her, and so he is not showing his face. You can sometimes do that, but then here there is no parihasa here. She is actually grieving and she is also lamenting. So it is right that Manmatha showed his face. Parihasasya api na ayam avasaraha. This is not the time to joke. There is a time and place for parihasa also, but here there is no time for that. He has to appear. She is actually crying here. Kritavan asi vipriyam name pratikulam nachate maya kritam kim akaranameva darshanam vilapantyai rataye nadiyate. Smarasi smara mekhala gunaihi uta gotraskhaliteeshu bandhanam च्युत केसर दूषिते क्षणानि दूषित ईक्षणानि अवतंसोत्पल ताडनानि वा. So darshana abhave, she tries to think why he is not coming. Maybe are you trying to remember what happened before, that I must have punished you in some way or the other and you are still angry about it, and that's why you're not showing your face. Probably, smarasi smara, hey smara, the word itself means one who is, lives in the memories of people. So smaraha saha, so hey smara, are you remembering that bandhanam, gotraskaliteshu mekhala gunaihi bandhanam smarasi, uta च्युत केसर दूषण ईक्षणानि अवतंस उत्पल ताडनानि वा स्मरसि. Are you trying to remember what I did before for you? Gotras khaliteshu. See, you made a mistake of talking about some other woman's name by mistake. Gotra is nama, khalitam is making a mistake in saying a name. So instead of saying the name of Rati, he would have called her by some other name. Gotras khaliteshu. In those matters, Mekhala gunaihi bandhanam. I used my mekhala to tie you down so that you will be with me in a kind of keli, right? It's called Rati Keli, where she tries to bind him to herself using her mekhala, the udyanam, hip chain. So probably he got tied down as a prisoner by Rati when he made a mistake. Manmatha, she's asking Manmatha if he is remembering that and feeling upset about that, and he is away. So are you, Smarasi Kim, are you trying to remember that what happened before? Or Chutakesara Dushita Ikshanani Avatamsotpala Tadanani Gotras Kaliteshu. Again, you take that here. When you said the wrong name, I wanted to punish you, hit you on your mouth itself. So I took my Utpala Tadanani. Rati probably took her earring, which is in the form of an Utpala, lotus. So Avatamsa is Karna Bhushanam. Avatamsatvena tatra sthitam Utpalam Udhritya Taditam. She used it to hit on his face, and when she hit it, the flower, there are these pollen grains inside that flower, and as someone hits on the face, the pollen grains will just spread out, and it probably went to his eyes and made it kalushitam, dushitam. It polluted his eyes probably. So Chuta Kesara, the Kesara Makaranda, which came out, which slipped out of that flower, dushita ikshanani yatha syat tatha. You take it as a kriya visheshanam, and for that taditani. When I hit you with that Utpalam, the Kesaram came out, and your eyes were probably dusted by that pollen dust. And so you remember that, and that's why you are not showing your face now. So, probably you are remembering something that I did some time back, and it's like you are taking a revenge on me now, and you are not showing your face.
But she hits him with a flower so that the pollen falls on his eye. So it's a very gentle play.
Yeah.
And even the earrings are a very delicate thing.
Yeah.
So Tadanam na bhavati.
Na bhavati. This is all the Udal Kudal da.
This is epic, ma'am. Really, like when I read this first, I was unable to imagine its trans, like how he wrote this.
Kālidāsa will write it. It's a different species altogether. Yes, that's the same thing. Mrisha kritva gotra skhalanamate vailakshanamitam. Alade Bhartaram. Nilakanta Dikshita brings that in his Mangala Shloka itself. Putam Swataf, Putataram Tato Yad Gangam Payas Shankaramauli Sangat. Tatpat Madhav Pranayaparadha Padahati Putatamam Tato Naha. Ganga is by naturally it is very pavitram. Putam Swataha. Putataram Tato Yat Gangam Payaha Shankaramauli Sangat. Gangayaha Payaha Jalam tu Tatra Putataram Abhut Katham Shankara Mauli Sangat. It came and fell on Shiva's head. So it became even more sacred. Tarap. Puta Tamam Kada Abhavat. When Parameshwara fell at the feet of Amba, Parvati, and it got the Charana Sangam of Parvati, then only it became the most sacred, it seems. Putam Swataf, Putataram Tatoya, Gangam Payas, Shankaramaudi Sanga, Tatpatu Matuhu, Pranaya Paradha Padahatehi, Putatamam Tato Naha. Only then that Ganga Jalam should protect us, because it is gained that sanctity from Ambayaha Charana. Itham Niraste api gamane Darshana Abhavat Punarapi Gamanam eva Avadharya Gamane Hetum Ashankate. Niraste Gamane Darshana Abhavat. So Niraste Gamane is he is not going when Niraste Gamanena I don't know why he says that suddenly. Punarapi Gamanameva Avadharya Gamane Hetum Aha. Okay, when there is no possibility of him going anywhere, but I am not able to see him, where could he have gone? She's trying to basically understand where she has gone. It's okay, we'll skip that. Smara Tvam Gotras Khaliteshu Mekhala Gunaihi Bandhanam Uta Avatamsa Utpalatadhananiva Smarasihe Smara. Gotras Khaliteshu, Gotrasya Namnaha Skaliteshu Skalaneshu Sapatni Nam Sapatni Nama Akshara Grahaneshu. In the matter, or when he takes the name of some other woman, Mekhalabihi eva gunaihi pashaihi bandhanam va. Either he was bound by the Mekhala Gunam, by the hip chain itself, or Avatamsa Utpalatadhanani, Avatamsena Karnapurena Utpalena Kuvalayena Yani Tadanani va Smarasikim. Are you remembering that? Yasmat evam darshanadana abhavaha. Because you are not showing yourself here, tasmat, hence, tayoho anyatarasya smaranam ashanke ityartha. So because you are not showing yourself, I conclude, I probably doubt that you are remembering either of these two actions that I did before. Gotraskalana karini mukhe eva dandaha. The mouth is the place which uttered the wrong name. So utpala dandastu utpalena dandastu mukhe eva tatra iti. Dyotayanna avatamsa utpala tadanani vishinashti. He gives a visheshanam for that tadanam. Karnapuraha ityukte karnabhushanam. It's the earring karnapuraha iti. Chuta kesara dushita ikshanani chutaihi patitaihi avatamsa utpalasya kesaraihi. By the pollen dust that has fallen from the utpala, dushite pidite ikshane. When dust goes into the eyes, it just irritates the eye. So mukhehi tadane krite. When someone hits on the mouth, netrayoho avatamsa utpala kesara dushitatvam bhavati. It is natural that the dust flies out and it irritates the eye. Rahasi anyavadhunama aksharagrahane sati maya kritayoho etadrishayoho aparadhayoho. Because I did an aparadham to you. Even though rahasi eva anyavadhunam nama grihitam kamena tatra aparadhasya dandatvena mayapi aparadham iti Ratina uchyate. Probably, Ratya. She probably thinks that she is also faulted by taking the punishment to an extreme here. And so, smaranenaiva tvam idani matsamipam na upayasi. Because you're remembering that, my aparadha, you're not coming near me. No? Smarasi smara mekhala gunaihi uta gotraskhaliteshu bandhanam chutakesara dushite kshanani avatam sotpala tadananiva hridaye vasasi iti matpriyam yad avochaha tad avaimi kaitavam upachara padam nacheditam tvam anangaha katham akshata ratihi hridaye vasasi iti mat priyam yad avochaha. Yat avochaha. You said that, you told me that I stay in your heart. Hridaye vasasi. Hey Rati. He calls to Rati and says, you are constantly living in my heart. Right? You dwell in my heart. Hridaye vasasi. Iti mat priyam yad avochaha. You spoke words which were very dear to me. As soon as I heard those words, I felt very nice about it. When someone says, oh, you are in my heart, naturally you will feel very nice about it. So mat priyam yad avochaha tat kaitavam iti avaimi. I know that to be a falsehood. Kaitavam is something that you thought of to cheat me. So it's not the truth. I know that it is not the truth. Upachara padam nachayadidam. If this is not an empty words, upachara is chuma, just to, you're trying to please someone. Iti arthavada rupena yad uchyate. Etad arthavadameva iti. It is only some exaggeration that you are saying, just empty words which have no meaning at all. Nachayate. If it were not an empty compliment, then why is it that you are no longer alive and I am still alive? Tvam anangaha. You're gone. Your angas are not distinguishable here. You're completely gone. Ratihi akshata. But Rati here has not been destroyed. If I am in your hridayam, then I should have also been destroyed when you were gone. So it is only an upachara padam. So, athava hetu sadbhave eva dvandvanam paraspara vishleshaha iti yaduktam. Only when there is a karanam, there can be a paraspara vishleshaha, a breaking of two people or a separation of two people. Iti yaduktam. That snigdhanam eva. That is only there for people who are totally in love. That is, who are attached. Tvam tu purvamapi mayi nisnehaha eva ityaha. See, I think you were not in love with me, and that's why you are gone and I'm still here. It's just an upachara padam and it's not the truth, she says. So, tvam hridaye vasasi iti mat priyam yadavochaha tadaham kaitavam avaimi, I know it to be this. Avagachami. Herate tvam me hridaye vasasi. Manasi sthitim karoshi. You are constantly in my mind. Iti evam rupam mat priyam mama ishtam yad avochaha avadihi. Whatever you said. Tat aham kaitavam dhurta alapameva avaimi. Dhurtaha ityukte, one who is trying to cheat another person. Sayeva dhurtaha. Especially in love. He is not, in general, it's not about a person who runs a fraudulent chit fund. Tatha saha dhurtaha itina. Dhurta is more used in terms of, romance, where a person cheats another person. So dhurta alapameva. It is those honeyed words that these people use to, seduce a woman. So avaimi, avagachami, katham avagachasi iti yatra aha idam upachara padam nachet. If this is not some upachara vakyam, chuma, you just say these words to upachara to just please someone who have come. You don't really mean it, but you just say certain words, right? In praise of another person. Tvam anangaha ratihi akshata iti katham. How is it possible? Right? So idam hridaye vasasi iti vachanam upachara vakya. padashabdasyapi atra vakyameva arthaha. So when you say upachara padam, it says only shabdam, then it means only one word. Whereas there are two words here, hridaye vasasi iti, vakyam tu tatra uktam natu padam iti. Padam can also, if it is conveyable, it is, if it can convey a full meaning, then it is considered to be a vakyam. So na padam padamityahuhu vakyam hi padamuchyate iti nyayat. I don't know where he has taken this from, but padam is not a padam. It is only a vakyam, that is a sentence which is called a padam, because anything that is meaningful gets the status of a vakyam. Upacharaha sammanam, sammana vakyam. Something that you say in order to please another person or compliment another person. Sammanam. Nachayate tarhi tvam anangaha ashariraha abhuhu. You have become a person without a shariram, without angas. Ratihi punaha akshata, kshatarahita. Idam katham. How is it possible? I am abhiprayaha. Yadi aham te hridaye vasami. If I am in your heart, Tarhi tvayi bhasmasad bhute api, when you have become ashes, mama kshatamatrena api, kshanamatrena, rahitatvam nopapadyate. Kshanamatrena api. Kshanamatrena api ityavasti. So you take it as, so even for a moment, I cannot be separated from you. When I live in your heart and you have been reduced to ashes, there is no possibility for me to live even for a moment. Tasmat mat prasadartham prayuktameva te tadrisham vachanam. So only to, simply compliment me, you have said those words. Hridaye vasasi he priyeti. Atra uhaha tat purassaraha irshya, tat purassara irshya cha dyotyate. So uha is something she is guessing, and that guess also tat purassaraha comes from the underlying bhavam of irshya. It's more like a krodha, kopam in kama. It is an anger in love, is called irshya here. Hridaye vasasiti matpriyam yad avochaha tadavaimi kaitavam upachara padam nachayadidam tvam anangaha kathamakkhata ratihi. Clear? Okay.